struggle with premature ejaculation? 1 out of every 3 men does. So let's talk about some tips to help you. Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Ganowski, sexologist and sex coach for men. And in this video, we're gonna be talking about PE, or premature ejaculation, and some tips on how you can work through it. So yes, it is true that 1 out of 3 men deal with premature ejaculation at some point in their life. The good news is premature ejaculation is treatable. It's a matter of finding the thing that works for you and being consistent with that thing over time. For some men, this is easier. For some men, it's more difficult. The first tactic is slow down your breathing. Slow down everything, by the way. You men have a habit of rushing when it comes to sex and wanting to do everything so fast and hard and quick, and it's just, that in itself leads to premature ejaculation. And women, the majority of women, want you to go slower. The amount of times I told clients to slow it down, and if they think they're going slow, go slower, and it worked because their women were like, oh my God, that was so hot. I loved that you did that. To slow down has nothing to do with you not being good in bed. I think that porn taught you have to be quick and hard, and that's what makes you good in bed. So get that out of your head. You're good in bed when you slow it down. That's what I said. And even when you're masturbating, slow it down there. Masturbation is a great way to train yourself, okay? So if you can slow down during masturbation, you can start feeling good about that and understanding your arousal phases. There's 4 phases, and you can get more familiar with them when you slow down, you pay attention at your own speed and time. You're by yourself. No one can judge you. You don't have to be nervous. You can learn by yourself instead of just watching porn and being mindless and not learning anything. Number 2 tip, just the tip. Kegels, pelvic floor stretching. All right, so having a tight or weak pelvic floor could have a lot to do with you not being able to control your ejaculation. So you want to make sure you're doing stretches, you're doing Kegels, but also that you're not doing them too often. So do your research on proper Kegels and what works best for you. You may want to talk to a pelvic floor specialist. I know for me as a woman, when I was facing vaginal pain for the first time in my life due to some health issues, I did some pelvic floor stretching for about, 1 to 2 months, and I was back to normal. It was actually crazy. Your pelvic floor has so much to do with your functioning. Tip number 3, use your own mental imagery during masturbation. Visualization. Practice creating your ideal scenario in your head when it comes to your sex life. This way you actually get used to it. You get your body and your mind used to it because you're using your mind to imagine, what can I picture? If this happened, what would that look like? Oh, what would turn me on there? What would I do? This is just so underrated in my opinion because it helps my clients tremendously whenever they commit to it.
It helps your clients tremendously.
Go away!
You go away!
You go away! No, come back, I love you. 4th tip, use a delay spray to help you build trust with your body. Don't rely on it. Don't use it every single time because then you will rely on it, right? This is just gonna help you to have a feeling for what it's like psychologically to last longer. And that psychological experience gives you confidence. You can literally experience the length of time going by and you still lasting, not ejaculating yet. And that confidence sometimes is all you need in order to no longer need the spray. Tip number 5, address any shame or emotional blocks making you feel the need to get sex over with. I see this happen often with men who have a relationship with women who they can't fully open up to, or they just can't talk about sex with, and maybe the relationship's rocky, it's not in a great place, and their partner hardly ever wants sex, and therefore your body's just trying to get it over with because it's this awkward thing in your relationship, or it's a tension or a pressure thing in your relationship. So the body is literally just adapting to that pressure and trying to get out of the scenario. So a lot of the time, to manage the shame or emotional blocks, it has to do with talking to your partner about sex and understanding each other's sexual preferences, understanding what she could do to feel the most pleasure so that you make sure she comes first. By the way, read the book, She Comes First. When it comes to shame, I often find that men who have body image shame or sexual insecurities, they put so much focus on the woman during sex and there's hardly any focus on them or their own pleasure. So that may also lead to premature ejaculation. So there's so much here. This is why I created a PE course, to help you understand how much of this is mental and emotional and has to do with your communication and has to do with how you think about sex, how you think about yourself, how you communicate about sex. There's a lot to it. Tip number 6, be prepared for how you're going to respond to PE. So that way, if it were to happen, you are confident in knowing what you're going to do, what you might say, or how you might react physically. Would you go straight down to eat her out? Or would you make a joke like, oh man, like that turned me on so much, clearly, you know? Maybe it's something like, you wanna go again later? And you just shake it off like it's no big deal. Have something you're going to say, that way you're prepared. Because when you're prepared, you're less anxious. Anxiety is all about uncertainty on what's gonna happen, or what would you do, or what if this happens, what if that happens? So if you answer the question, what if I have PE, and you give yourself an answer, there is less anxiety, there's more relaxation, which means you're less likely to have PE, and you're more likely to feel confident knowing what you're gonna do if it happens. So this isn't something you wanna dwell on and think about all the time as how you're gonna deal with PE. Try not to dwell over it, just prepare yourself for it, and try to dwell more on how you want it to go and what you're excited for and what you love most about having sex with this person. If you're interested in the PE course, it is below. Or if you want to take a smaller step, join my school community where I'll be offering you templates on how to respond to different sex scenarios, how do you talk to your partner about sex, how to have a better mentality around sex, and exclusive access to me. Otherwise, see you in the next video.